Hello, YouTube. If you've been watching the videos in sequence, then you have just watched me cook up a really nice dish right here at the park. Yeah, using the rice cooker with the free electricity. It is the ramen noodle, chicken ramen noodle. I am driving right now, by the way, just getting ready to head out from the park because it is nearly dark and they are going to come lock the gate here in a minute. So anyhow, as I was finishing up, some guys showed up. A whole bunch of people showed up. Two of them were actually some worker dudes, you know, not city workers, but guys who work. They wear like a, I guess probably, I don't know what kind of work they do, but man type work, you know. They were wearing green t-shirts with lettering on it. But anyhow, I had asked them if they wanted to join me for dinner, and they almost took me up on it because they were hungry. And the food smelled good, but they weren't homeless. They were just two hardworking guys, and they decided to decline. And I'm like, that's kind of good because I didn't really make enough food for 3 people. I made enough for maybe 2 people to eat. 3 could eat it. You know, the serving here would have served 3 people. If it was 1 adult and 2 kids, if it's 3 adults, all 3 adults will have to only eat a little bit, and will probably leave feeling still a little bit hungry. And it's because I didn't make enough. I don't know if you can see it here. You can see the food here. I'm not sure how much of the food you actually see here. And I do apologize for the messy car, but I am driving right now. And yes, this can fly, which it almost did, because I don't have anything Velcroed into place. So I'm gonna set the camera down and drive a little bit safer and kind of keep a hand on the food here before it flies everywhere, because it is hot, boiling hot. Yeah. So forgive me, I'm gonna pause this video and concentrate on driving at this point. I'm currently at a light and looking, a stoplight that is, and looking at the sun setting here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete this mukbang. I don't know, how do you pronounce that? And I know some of you are saying it's not even really mukbang because they normally eat like the whole kitchen. They eat like not 1 hamburger, but like hundreds of them. I've seen those videos. I gotta go, I gotta shut this off, hang on. Anyhow, I'm gonna attempt to drive. Yes, I'm not driving right now, just for safety, just so you know I am parked because we're at a stoplight. But I am going to drive up to, trying to get to the Planet Fitness if I can. And I don't know if you can see, the sun is like nearly set. So I don't know if there's gonna be enough time or not for me to do the mukbang. Mukbang, I'm just gonna keep mispronouncing it. But if I have enough time, I'll try to do the video. If not, we're gonna have to skip it. I do have to go, so time to pause again. All right, I made it to the Planet Fitness. I'm actually parked at a weird angle here to try to get the sunlight from the sun setting. My estimate is I have 5 minutes or so left before the sun goes down. I'm gonna try to quickly do the mukbang, eating from this thing right here. We're gonna eat directly out of the pot. It is super hot, so try not to burn myself here. I'm going to grab my trusty fork, let you see what the food looks like. Doesn't that look good? Maybe I'll tilt the camera. I don't know if you guys can see the food here like that. Bring it back a little bit. There you go. So you can see what the food looks like, sort of. This is what the food looks like. Doesn't that look so good? Yeah. It is ramen noodle with chicken and vegetables, and also some hard-boiled eggs that we just made recently. So I'm going to attempt to eat it like this, and I don't know if you guys can see me unless I try to eat like this, which is going to be really weird. I don't know how those people do these videos. I guess they're not sitting in a van in a parking lot as the sun's setting. Okay, so let's have our first bite to eat. Yeah, let's get some chicken. Look at this chicken. And some egg and a little bit of salad. How's that? We got a little bit of green salad here. Some of you are wondering what the lettuce looks like, but this is what it looks like when it's cooked. And it does get soft, but it's not like slimy. Maybe a little bit, but I'm used to that. I'm gonna blow on it. Oh. it's super hot because I put in a lot of pepper and some lemon and the fish sauce, which brings out the flavoring. But it was also on the heat. You know, I had the electric plugged in, and I had it like cooking all the way to the last minute. Let me have some water here if I can find my water. What I did with my water. Here's my water down here. Yeah, I know, compositionally this is really bad. But this is a makeshift mukbang. And I can't lift this up. It's a big pot. But at least you can see me take the food, right? I don't know if you guys actually enjoy this or if I'm just kind of being stupid. Let me know. If you enjoy these kind of videos, I'll keep trying to do them if I can. And some of you might be wondering why I've mostly just been doing eating videos. In case you haven't figured it out, I work right now. At least through the rest of this week. Next week I don't have anything scheduled right now. When I'm working 8 hours a day, normal day shift, it doesn't leave me much time to do anything, you know, other than cook my food, eat, take a shower, and get ready for work again the next day. That's why you haven't been seeing much other than me cooking and then trying to film myself eating, because some of you say you enjoy watching me eat and eating with me, as well as some of the driving videos where I'm driving to or from work. So good. It's steaming hot, boiling hot, but it's also spicy hot. I don't know if you can see the sweat forming. I put in all that pepper. This egg really was a good tip, guys. You know, making the hard-boiled eggs. It tastes really good in a soup like this. Hot. I do have to be super careful because the tooth came loose. Look. See? Right before getting to the park to cook. So I have to try to get back in now. So it sits in there now. I'm gonna have to glue it again after I eat here. The plan is to finish eating, go take a shower at Planet Fitness, then chill. I'll finish eating, glue my teeth, then take a shower, then chill. Find my parking spot for the night. This is incredibly good. I don't know if you guys saw that while I was cooking this food, a lot of people were showing up at the park right before closing, and one of the guys, actually two of them, ended up coming by my area because that's where the bathroom is, and they were trying to use the restroom. They weren't really homeless people, they were actually two working guys wearing those green shirts, but they had letters on the back. I don't know if they were, they had like a really nice truck though. Much nicer than my van. But anyhow, I asked them if they were hungry, and they actually were, and contemplated eating with me, but then decided, you know, they'll probably go and get something to eat themselves, like go buy food or something. They just got off work, just like I did. Now, the one potential problem with this noodle, because of having to relocate to try to film and everything, I didn't eat it right away, right after I cooked it. And those of you who have ever cooked these ramen noodles, you know that if you let it sit in the hot water, it keeps absorbing it, and then the noodles become kind of really super soggy, which is what's happened now. So, got a bone. Bone from one of the chicken pieces. Be careful. Choke on that. Anyhow, when you let it sit like this, the noodles become too soft, and then it doesn't taste as good because you got that weird funky melted noodle sensation. But flavor wise, I don't know if you can see, I am sweating and my nose is starting to run. This is good food. This is stuff I would normally make whether or not I'm in a van. And you can see this is the salad. It's got some onions here, I think. I don't know if it's onion or the purple lettuce or whatever that is. Cabbage. I think it was cabbage. But this is kind of typically what I eat. You know, those of you who've been following me along the past 3 years, you've seen the different things I eat. I kind of rotate the food. Most of the time my meals aren't too elaborate. This would be one of the more elaborate meals. But I normally wouldn't even cook this at a park. I cook it in the van with the inverter cooking system. I put some water in there, put the noodles in there, the chicken in there, and the vegetables, and drive to my destination. By the time I'm there, the food's done. Then I bring it out and eat it, you know. Today I was a little bit elaborate because I wanted to go to the park and film there with the electricity, because I also wanted to boil the eggs. And I didn't want to try to do it using the van's inverter cooking system because it would take a long time, which it did at the park. Which is why we're here eating as it's getting dark. And as you can see, it is getting extremely dark. I do have the lights on inside the van right now. But I'm going to end this episode probably before I finish. And in truth, I don't think I can finish this whole thing. I know you guys are used to watching those mukbang people. Mukbang, I don't know what it is. Those people, the ones I've seen, they eat like a whole buffet. All in one setting. And it's always some skinny little girl or skinny little guy. I don't know how they do it. Me, I can't even finish this whole rice bowl. I mean, not rice bowl, this rice cooker. But I can probably eat about half or a little bit less than half of what's in here. This is some seriously good noodles. What would make it a little bit better is if I actually had fresh peppers and I was able to slice the peppers, which I need to look for my Thai chili peppers. I don't know where they are, but I need to find them. And then I can slice them and throw them in here. That would really bring this out, you know, the flavor. But even with the crushed peppers that I put in here, it still tastes very good. See, the noodles are too wet. Liquid's all gone. It's too hot. When I say hot, I don't mean look at me sweat. Woo-wee! Nose is running now, left and right. Yeah. This is good food. I have to try to remember to be really careful for my teeth. It makes me a little nervous trying to eat this with my loose tooth. This is good stuff. Well, I am losing my light. It is getting dark, and I don't think the camera is going to work that much longer, and I'm like really getting grossed out. I mean, I may be grossing you guys out with my runny nose sitting here eating. So I don't think you really want to see me sitting here with my nose running, do you? As I eat. But yeah, that's pretty much how I eat. You know, I eat really hot, spicy stuff and my nose runs. And those of you who have eaten with me in person, you know how that goes. It makes the food good. It means the food is extremely good. But filming it and putting it on the internet, I don't know if people would be grossed out by that. I think most people would be. Because I'm sitting here with my nose running as I try to eat. But anyhow, I'm going to sign out. Take one more bite for you guys. So very, very good. Oh, some water here. But I'll go ahead and end this video and try to finish up eating and then get myself ready for the night and to prepare for work again tomorrow. Until next time, everyone, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that wherever you are, you're eating well. And I hope that you got some ideas. If you've been watching this series of videos where I was cooking this particular dish, you can cook it in the van if you have an inverter. You could even cook this using a butane or a propane stove if you have a little pot. Or if you have an electric, rice cooker and you don't have an inverter and you don't have a means to power it in your vehicle, you could try to find a local park somewhere or park where you're traveling that has access to 120 volts, 115 volts, plug in, and you can have a nice meal. If you're traveling and you bring a rice cooker like this, you could cook this in a hotel room. It'll save you a lot of money and you can eat really well. Although some people might not think ramen noodles as well. But I think when you add all these other things like chicken, pork, onions, vegetables, eggs, it becomes more than ramen. Well, until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Enjoy your food. And remember, hopefully you're not what you eat. Because if you are, I'm in serious trouble. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye now.